Pahrum's most watched and #1 media source for local news and weather with Deanna O'Donnell.
Welcome to News 46's Weekend Review, your #1 source for local news. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Fuentes for News 46. 3 vehicles collided at the intersection of Highway 160 and Irene last Saturday.
Saturday morning, approximately 10:40, a 3-vehicle accident here on Highway 160 and Irene prompted Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue, Nye County Sheriff's deputies, and Nevada Highway Patrol to the scene. There was approximately 5 patients in the beginning. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue assessed and transported 3, 2 inside the maroon SUV and 1 inside the sedan. Apparently no one inside the white pickup truck was injured in this accident, or they declined medical transport. Nevada Highway Patrol is investigating the cause of this accident. The road was blocked in all directions while the investigation was being conducted. This is Deanna O'Donnell on Irene and Highway 160 for News 46. County Sheriff's Captain Bill Becht suffered a heart attack over the weekend. He underwent surgery last week to have a shunt put in place. He is said to be recovering at the Centennial Hills Hospital in Las Vegas.
County Republican Central Committee's chairperson, Feli Katavis, spoke to us last week about the protest of the committee's decision to hold a Republican convention in Tonopah.
The convention is going to be held up in Tonopah. What's the date?
It would be March. We did it March 30, 31st. We did it March 30. It's an optional. If they want to go, they will. They can. And we're going, as per suggestion of Nancy Maslas from Tonopah, it would be a great idea, which I agreed with her, that March 30 we're going to hold a dinner, a get-together dinner with the North and the South delegates, so everybody will get acquainted to each other much better.
Is it unusual for the Republican Party to split when we have a choice of these candidates like we do right now? Because it seems that different groups have kind of paired off in the Republican Party for their particular candidate.
Yeah, it's normal for, like, we have 4 aspirants. We have Ron Paul, we have Gingrich, we have Mitt Romney, and we have Santorum. So this is the beauty of it all, because by having all these 4 candidates and by having the debates, we, the electors, we will find out from, how they appear in the debate, their issues, their policies, and then we can choose the better nominee. And I'm hoping that once a nominee is selected, that all of us will unite and back that nominee.
And that you will come together ultimately.
Yes, that would be the procedure, that everybody will come together and back that nominee.
So, in turn, if people would like to find out more about the convention, how can they do that?
The convention, everybody was sent notices. All the delegates, we sent notices. The alternates, we sent them notices. And also there are going to be ads in the papers that the convention will be held in Tonopah, March 30, 31st. And every contradictory to what is going around, some people are saying that if you did not attend the caucus, you cannot attend the convention. That is false. According to the bylaws, if you are a registered Republican, you can attend the convention, but you cannot vote if you are not a delegate.
On December 28th of 2008, the D.C. Travel Center on Highway 160 in Mesquite was robbed by gang member Jaime Albaran, who shot and killed the clerk, Valentina Cram. Jaime fled and was later found dead in Mexico in November of 2009. Yes, last week the same convenience store was robbed. Now it's called Horizon Market, and luckily this time no one was injured. In the early morning hours on Sunday, apparently this Horizon Market on Highway 160 in Mesquite was robbed once again. This person apparently had some type of jack handle or tire iron. They approached the clerk and robbed them. Luckily, nobody was hurt in this robbery. The person is said to have left on foot. They were wearing a hoodie. Nye County Sheriff's Office was also looking heavily in the area for a black pickup truck. If you know anything about this robbery, you're urged to contact the Nye County Sheriff's Office at 751-7000. This is Deanna O'Donnell at Mesquite and Highway 160 for News 46.
who allegedly robbed the Horizon Market early Sunday morning has been captured.
Arrested was 25-year-old Aaron James Miles Foster of Pahrump. He is being charged with robbery with a deadly weapon, burglary with a deadly weapon, and petty larceny. At approximately 3:30 in the morning on Sunday, Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies responded to Horizon Market located on Highway 160 in Mesquite for a report of an armed robbery. Deputies were advised that a male suspect dressed in a dark hoodie and wearing sunglasses entered the store with a pipe and demanded money, cigarettes, and alcohol from the clerk. The suspect then fled on foot. After a release of photographs taken from the video surveillance at the store, General Assignment detectives were able to identify the male as Aaron James Foster. Detectives received information that Foster was located at his mother's residence on West Blosser Ranch Road. Deputies, detectives, and street crime deputies also responded and were unable to locate Foster. Nye County Sheriff's Office General Assignment detectives then executed a search warrant on the residence and in Foster's bedroom located clothing worn by him during the robbery. These were taken as evidence. Aaron James Miles Foster was booked into the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center and has had bail set at $30,000. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. A new candidate who has never ran for office before but has a lot of experience with campaigns signed up to run for Nye County Commissioner in District 3 last week.
It's an exciting morning. District 3 does not have an incumbent. After the redistricting, it was selected to have 4 commissioners here and 1 in the north. So I do live in District 3, so I decided it was the best time to step in and run.
In the past, you've kind of been the campaign manager for several candidates.
I have. It's been an exciting journey to this point, Deanna. I've worked on several. I volunteered on the Incorporation Advisory Board for the town so I could get familiar with them. And I didn't do any of it to arrive at the decision to be a candidate, but my journey has come to this point that being involved, I attend the town meetings and the Board of County Commissioner meetings, and I attended all the redistricting meetings to see what the process is and learn how it goes here in the county. So at that point I thought, why not? I love the county, I love the people, and the biggest part of my campaign is going to be a voice for the people. And I think that's so important. I want to get to know the people in District 3, have them contact me, tell me what their issues are, and represent them. I'm only 1 vote out of 5 commissioners, but I want to speak for the people in my district and what their issues are, not necessarily mine. And if my opinion differs from them, I still want to represent what their feelings are.
Where is District 3?
You can go down to the county and ask for a map, or you can download it, but essentially it's the middle of town down to the end by Bella Vista. It's just south of Gary Hollis's district. I think right now times are hard for everybody. I'm a small business owner, I'm a mom, I'm a grandma. I'm feeling it, I think we're all feeling it. And I want to listen to the people. I don't have all the answers, and I don't think anybody does, but we need to clean up our own backyards, live within our means, and the government in our county needs to also.
You yourself have been involved in the community for many years. Let's give a little history of what you've done.
It's been a delightful 8 years that I've been here. My mom lives here, and I moved here to be with her. Love her very much, and she's invited me to come here. It was one of the best things I ever did. I started a business here. I've had several jobs here. I've done some volunteer work, some fundraising. I've been very involved in the Republican Party, raising money and supporting other candidates. I have done some fundraisers and food drives and things here in town. I am a member of the local Rotary Club and very proud of my club and club members. They're a great bunch of business people that do a lot, so there's a lot of opportunity here to serve, and I really enjoy doing that. I have a website. You can go to www.electjuliehargis.com. You can email me at electjuliehargis@hotmail.com. My number is 775-513-0960.
It looks as though the town of Pahrump may be moving forward with incorporation. We speak to Town Board Chair Vicki Parker.
To incorporate or not incorporate? That is the question. We're going to speak to Town Board Chair Vicki Parker.
The Incorporation Advisory Board did another study. This is the third study. And as after the previous two, the Incorporation Advisory Board is recommending that the town proceed with incorporation.
And the Town Board is accepting the recommendation?
It's on the agenda for us to decide whether we want to pursue incorporation or not.
Where does it go from here if you guys decide to accept?
That's a good question. It was recommended by the advisory board that we see if we can find a citizens group to handle it. This is going to be up to the town board, and I can't speak for the board at this time.
What's some of the benefits of incorporating?
The major benefit is local control. I don't want to beat up on the county because they do the best that they can, but they have to make decisions that benefit the whole county. And quite often, what's best for the rest of the county isn't what's best for Pahrump.
And disbursements of funds is more even based on the population, is it not?
It would be, although I'm sure that the state legislature would not allow Pahrump to have all of the funds collected within Pahrump because we can't leave the rest of the county without sufficient funds.
Do you know what some of the drawbacks of incorporation are?
Well, for one thing, we'd have to assume responsibilities for a municipal court. Probably we would contract that out with the county, but there are a lot of misconceptions, really, about the drawbacks. Incorporation doesn't mean that we're going to come out and put sidewalks in and charge you for them, or street lights, or cap your wells, or any of these things. It's not going to turn us into a Henderson. It would just give Pahrump control over Pahrump. At this particular time, because we're unincorporated, the town has only the responsibility for the parks, the pool, the cemetery, the fire department, and town property. That's it. Everything else is handled by the counties.
Do we have enough people here in the town of Pahrump to incorporate? Because people say there might not be enough people here in the town. What is the population, minimum population? Do you know, or can you give me a list of some other towns that have smaller populations than Pahrump who are incorporated?
There are an even dozen incorporated towns in Nevada, smaller than Pahrump, and they run the gamut from Mesquite that has 20,000 people all the way down to Caliente with 1,144 people. Now, Pahrump's current population, according to the state demographer, in 2011 is 37,796. So
once again, the town board meeting is tomorrow night at 7 p.m. in the Calvat Eye. This is Deanna O'Donnell at the town office for News 46. Here's Nathan Hollenbeck with your Weekend Sports.
I'm Nathan Hollenbeck here with your Week in Sports. Last week, Peyton Manning has cut from the Colts. Now he's back in headlines. Manning is now a free agent. Teams are calling and making offers. Peyton Manning spent nearly 6.5 hours at the Arizona Cardinals headquarters and training facility on Sunday in meetings designed to lure the superstar to the desert. The session followed a meeting of nearly 6 hours Manning had at the Broncos facility in Denver on Friday night. The two sessions were evidence that, for the time being, Arizona and Denver appear to be the top two contenders. After Manning's visit in Arizona, he headed home to Florida, where he may or may not meet with the Miami Dolphins. He is set to return to his workouts as he comes back from a series of neck surgeries. Now, let's talk some 80-mile fun. Yes, NASCAR came to Vegas with their yearly race. Who were you rooting for? If you're a Tony Stewart fan, well, you must be one happy person. There are some daredevils in this world, and with this race, the last minutes were the most daring. Stewart made a 3-wide pass on a late restart and held off Jimmy Johnson at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway on Sunday. He now has won at a track that was the site of his biggest disappointment last season. Stewart came back to Las Vegas with a new crew chief. He was hoping to pull off something a little better than last year, when a pit mishap spoiled a chance at victory with what he believed to be the best car in the field. Stewart got the lead with a "did he just do that" move with 34 laps to go in the 400-mile race. Coming around turn 4 to the start-finish line, Stewart charged up behind Brad Keselowski and timed it just right to dip below him on the apron. I wonder if Keselowski tweeted that. He zipped to the front and stayed there, pulling away on 3 more or less thrilling restarts over the final 17 laps. It was his 6th win in the past 13 Sprint Cup races and first on the 1.5-mile tri-oval, not far from the bright lights of the Strip. You know, it is Vegas. What happens in Vegas? Stewart will take home. More sports coming next week, and an update with college basketball since it is that time. This is going to do it for this edition of your Weekend Sports. And remember, Brump, watching sports doesn't mean you're getting exercise. Good night.
More with News 46's Weekend Review, so please keep it here.
News 46. The opening ceremonies were held for the Adult Softball Association at Petterick Park to kick off their new season.
Well, this is the opening ceremony, okay, of our 2012 adult softball season. We had something special this year. We had a local businessman, Sheldon Fetty, okay, of the Plum Valley Auto Plaza, come down and throw out the first ball, and we had a young lady from the high school come down and sing the national anthem for us. All right, so it's an annual event, okay. It kicks off our season. It's called the Icebreaker Tournament. It's for all the teams that are registered to play in the different leagues. We'll do a co-ed one today. We'll do a men's next weekend, and then sometime later on, okay, we'll do the women's.
How late will this event be taking place today?
We're going to start this morning around 9:15. I think this is what it is now, and we'll go to probably 4:30, 5 o'clock this afternoon. The season actually starts, okay, for all leagues on the 19th of March. And we'll run through, all the leagues will probably play through probably about the middle of August.
And how many teams do we have today?
Today in this tournament, we have 8 teams.
Any returning champions?
Yeah, there's, all 3 of the, both the co-ed, the men's and the women, yes, all the teams that are coming in playing have won championships last year in one division or one season or another, yes. This tournament here is co-ed.
Okay.
So they're both men and women, okay, and most of the players that play on the co-ed team also play on men and women's teams.
And what are the age limits we have today?
The youngest they can play is 17 and a half, okay, that's with a parental release that they can do sign. They sign a release of waiver, and also with proof of their age, okay? Driver's license, birth certificate, whatever it takes, okay, to prove that they're 17 and a half at least.
And when people want to play next season, how can they contact you?
In fact, they can probably still play this season if they wanted to, because we still, the league itself hasn't actually started. Once it starts, we give the teams usually about a week, okay, to finalize their rosters, whatever like that. So if anybody wants to play, they can still come out and play. If they want to contact me, they can do so at 727-6413.
And if you're interested in joining the Adult Softball Association, give Kenneth Causey a call or contact him on Facebook. I'm Nathan Hollenbeck for News 46.
County Coroner has identified the body found in the Red Rock National Conservation Area on Saturday, March 10th as lost hiker Ronald Kirk. Mr. Kirk had been missing since January. The identification was determined through the use of dental records and with the assistance of Mr. Kirk's family and Dr. David Ord with the University of Nevada, Las Vegas School of Dental Medicine. The Clark County Coroner has determined that Ronald Kirk died from multiple injuries sustained when he fell several hundred feet. His death was ruled as an accident. The investigation indicates that Mr. Kirk did not survive the fall.
James Oscarson, who is a candidate for Assembly District 36, held his first meet and greet at Mountain Falls last week. On Friday night at Mountain Falls, James Oscarson held a meet and greet for his campaign for Assembly District 36.
Very short. What my goal here today is to just let you know that I'm a serious candidate, that I want to win this, I want to win your votes, and I want to go to Carson City and represent you. So I'm going to read just a couple very quick remarks. Honest to goodness, it's this long, not the 10 pages my wife told me I should read. So it's going to be very short and sweet, and then my goal is just to mingle in the room with you and visit and share ideas and thoughts, and hopefully be able to take those to Carson City in the upcoming session. As you know, my name is James Oscarson, and I want to be your next Assemblyman from District 36. I appreciate all of you taking time out of your evening to join me for this kickoff event. A special thanks to my family, my employer, and the wonderful volunteers that keep this campaign moving ahead in charge with energy and success. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not a career politician. I'm not an incumbent or a lawyer. I am very simply, like you, someone who cares about the future of our state, issues such as the economy, education, and healthcare, which will all be issues in the 2012 legislature. The future we face will require strong, concerted efforts throughout our session to accomplish a strong representation to bring to the rural needs and ideas and concerns to the other elected representatives in Carson City. I'm a Nevada resident for over 30 years. My family lives here. My friends live here. I've raised my children here. And we contribute to the economies of the communities we live in this state. I understand the frustration these difficult times have presented us. I'm not going to make empty promises that have no chance of being fulfilled. Instead, you have my commitment to listen to your needs and concerns and be your voice in the Nevada legislature. Pahrump has the largest voting population in District 36. Please vote in the primary and in the general election, and encourage your friends and families to do so as well. You will see and hear from me many times in the months to come. I hope to earn your vote. Thank you, and please enjoy your evening.
And if you would like to find out more about James Oscarson, you can go to his website, oscarson2012.com. This is Deanna O'Donnell at Mountain Falls for News 46. 2 checks were presented to the Special Olympics last week. The money was raised during a spaghetti dinner and bake sale last Sunday at the Moose Lodge. Pictured is Cal Greenleaf, Dan Malwitz, Jim Cornell, Kay Jones, Karen Laturnu, and Pat Cameron. Checks were presented from the Loyal Order of the Moose and from the Women of the Moose.
It's about supporting the Special Olympics of Southern Nevada. We do these programs frequently for other organizations that need our help, and it's all part of giving back to the community. But our main objective is to support the children at Moose Heart and the seniors at Moose Haven, which are 2 campuses that our membership supports.
And Moose Heart and Moose Haven. Moose Heart is in, I believe, Illinois. Moose Haven's in Florida.
Yes.
And Moose Heart is for the children, troubled children, any kind of children that would need a place to stay.
Any children that need our support, we will support them. Our youngest child at Moose Heart right now is 7 months old.
It's a whole city, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And Moose Haven is for retirees, people down there in Florida, a lovely location to retire.
Senior members and also non-members can make application to go and retire down there.
And a lot of the funds that come from different Moose Lodges help to support this, or you have specific fundraisers for those?
Combination of both.
And this fundraiser, though, for Special Olympics, Dan, we promoted this the other day to get everybody here to buy spaghetti dinners. The Moose Lodge donates this, though.
Yes, we do. We donate everything that we do.
And then we also have some food here on the tables that we're using for the fundraiser as well.
Yes, those are the desserts that the Women of the Moose made up, and they're also donated.
People come to you for the fundraisers, or do you look out for different charities?
Most of the time, we go looking to see who we can help, who needs our help. Like we got an upcoming one for hospice, April 22nd, to raise money because they want to build a facility here in Pahrump.
Yeah.
So that's another big one coming up. And then the school bus driver that won to go competition is another fundraiser, I believe May 5th or 6th?
May 6th.
And these are all at 3 p.m. here at the Moose Lodge on 2nd Street.
Correct.
And so for more information, or if people need some help with some fundraisers and they can contact you as well, can they do that?
Yes, certainly.
What's the number?
727-6465.
consumers news, do manufacturers' coupons actually save you money on prescription medications? Deanna O'Donnell reports.
To save a buck on prescription medications, more consumers than ever are turning to manufacturers' coupons. They can make expensive brand name prescription drugs seem more affordable, but they may steer you to a drug that aren't the best choice for you or that you don't need at all. Drug manufacturers have offered these programs more in recent years, in part because insurance companies often charge consumers higher copays for brand name products. Nearly 16% or 19 million of all Americans who regularly take a prescription medication have used coupons in the last year to save money. You can get free trials or deep discounts on many well-known medications. Unfortunately, they often aren't the best first choice for many conditions. For example, according to a recent analysis by Consumer Reports Best Buy Drugs, although Actos is used to treat type 2 diabetes, 3 other low-cost generic medications actually work as well or better than Actos. A month's supply of each of them is less than $30, and they can be found on the discount generic drug list of many chain pharmacies for as little as $4. Moreover, drug manufacturer programs are often designed to capture interest with low cost initially, but prices will go back to their original level once you are no longer eligible or the program ends. In addition, the programs often aren't available to everyone. In some cases, those covered by Medicare, Medicaid, or other federal insurance programs or who don't have insurance may not be eligible. Even if you have a coupon for a brand name drug, that doesn't mean it will be your least expensive option. While coupons might make brand name drugs cheaper, less expensive generic equivalents may be available, and many of those generic alternatives are just as effective and as safe as their brand name counterparts. Copays for generics are often much lower than those of the brand name drugs. Before starting on a brand name drug, ask your doctor or pharmacist about comparable generics. It could save you hundreds of dollars or more a year. I'm Deanna O'Donnell with your Consumer News. The Department of Wildlife has completed a greater sage-grouse habitat categorization map that will be used as a planning tool for the management of the greater sage-grouse and its habitat. The map can be viewed at ndow.org. That's the Nevada Department of Wildlife's website.
The red carpet event has been canceled on account of weather. The red carpet event was for this weekend's opening of the Smith Center for the Performing Arts. The $470 million complex in downtown Las Vegas will be home to music and dance companies and host traveling Broadway shows. The opening house was scheduled for Sunday. Most of the activities planned for the event were scheduled for outdoors in Symphony Park, with tours of the center by appointment. Weather forecasts for this weekend include a chance of rain and strong winds. Because of this, organizers of the event have decided to postpone the open house. A new date has not been selected.
If you haven't heard of Bruno Mars, you should have. Bruno Mars is a singer and songwriter known all around the world for songs such as Just the Way You Are, Grenade, and many more. News 46 had the chance to see Bruno Mars last week in a special edition of Entertainment This Week with Zach Fuentes.
We are here at the One Oak nightclub at the Mirage on Las Vegas Boulevard, right here in Las Vegas, Nevada. We had the chance to see singer-songwriter and all-around wonderful performer Bruno Mars. Tuesday night marked the highly anticipated debut of Vegas' hottest new nightclubs industry party, One of a Kind Tuesdays at One Oak. The who's who in Las Vegas came out in droves to party and to be privy to the exclusive 30-minute live performance by Bruno Mars and his 9-piece band. The Grammy Award-winning artist treated guests, including Bravo's millionaire matchmaker Patti Stanger, to a special set of cover songs including LMFAO's Sexy and I Know It, Bobby Brown's My Prerogative, and Michael Youth's 1982 classic Pass the Dutchie.
My name is Renata. I'm from Brazil. I'm from Rio. I just came here to see Bruno Mars and he's amazing. I love it.
Bruno ended his set with his own hit Just the Way You Are before heading back to his VIP table to party with One Oak co-owner Scott Sartiano and One Oak Las Vegas managing partner Eli Pacino. Resident DJs Karma and Icon kept the one-of-a-kind party going until the lights came on Wednesday morning. Unfortunately, media was not allowed to interview Bruno Mars, nor could we film the performance, but we can assure you, as you saw in the photos, it was an amazing performance, and we were very lucky to get the opportunity. And I can tell you also that everybody here likes Bruno Mars just the way he is. I would like to thank my companions, Darby O'Donnell and Nathan Hollenbeck, for joining me tonight. Did you guys have a good time?
Had a fantastic time.
How about you, Nate?
It was a great show.
Well, I'm Zach Fuentes.
I'm Darby O'Donnell.
And I'm Nathan Hollenbeck.
For News 46.
So Bruno Mars, exciting.
It was very exciting. One of my most exciting stories yet. We all had a great time, Nathan and Darby and I. He's a great performer.
Yes, you guys had a wonderful time. I got to see all the footage, and I remember when we originally got the request, because we get lots of requests to go to all these events and, red carpet events, but you were like, we have to go. We have to go.
Darby, Nathan, and I were adamant about it.
Exactly.
We hope to bring you some more of those, too.
Oh, yeah, and we'll be going to much more, because Zach's game for that, and I'll cover local news with the accidents and everything. I'll stay here.
This is why we love Deanna O'Donnell.
But no, I want to go to some of them too. But I do have to tell you, I can't wait for the Smith Center.
The Smith Center looks great. It looks amazing. It's very nice to have something like that in Southern Nevada.
Exactly. When we come back from this break, we'll have more local news. Stay with us.
Pahrum's most watched and #1 media source for local news and weather with Deanna O'Donnell.
Welcome back. Here's Kay at Jackson Hewitt with your tax tip of the week.
Tax Tip of the Week is brought to you by Jackson Hewitt Tax Services.
Good evening, it's Kay with this week's Jackson Hewitt Tax Tip. Today we're going to talk a little bit about your deductions. We're going to start with your medical deductions. Remember, medical could sometimes be a hard thing for you to take. The first 7.5% of your adjusted gross income does not count towards your medical expenses. Also, if you have health insurance through your company, if it's taken out before taxes are taken out, your health insurance then is not deductible. It's only your out-of-pocket expenses. So remember, medical expenses can sometimes be hard to take, and they can be a little bit difficult to figure out. You do get to take your prescriptions, your out-of-pocket doctor, lab, x-ray expenses. You get to take your mileage to any medically related place, your dentist, your eye doctor. So those things do count. If you're on Social Security, you can deduct your Medicare. Just remember, the first 7.5% of your adjusted gross income does not count. But there is a worksheet you can use, or your tax professional can help you with that. So thank you for listening. This is Kay with this week's Jackson Hewitt Tax Tip.
Tax Tip of the Week is brought to you by Jackson Hewitt Tax Services.
For a gun enthusiast, this weekend's Spy for a Day event may be just for you.
Spy for a Day is a charity auction and shoot that we're going to have at the Lone Wolf Shooters Range, March 17th and 18th. You'll be able to shoot either day. You don't have to shoot both days. We're providing all the guns and ammunition, and all of the benefits go to the charity Wounded Warrior Project and Nye County No to Abuse.
What's a Wounded Warrior Project?
The Wounded Warrior Project helps our returning veterans, male and female, who have been wounded in battle or in some kind of combat situation, who need help financially, both with their recovery or in their family life.
And most of us know No to Abuse, but if you could explain.
No to Abuse is our local Nye County Women and Children shelter for abused women and children, and they do a lot of good.
So Spy for a Day consists of doing what?
Well, we're going to be taking shooting scenarios from James Bond movies and the Man from U.N.C.L.E. TV show from the 60s. You'll be able to use the actual firearms that they used in those TV shows and movies, and you'll shoot scenarios to save the world for another day.
Ooh, yeah, it ought to be a real big kick. I mean, can you imagine go out there and shoot those weapons? I mean, come on. And we're going to supply all of the weapons and the ammo. That's an even playing field.
There you go. Deborah, we've been having a lot of events out there, haven't we?
Oh, man, we're on fire out there. This range just keeps growing. It's Lone Wolf Range. It's members-only range, but you can come out as a non-member, of course, and shoot as a guest. And, of course, you can come and shoot for Spy for a Day. We have Girls' Day on the range, which is first Sunday. We have Cowboy Action Shooting second Sunday. We have 3-gun. Third Sunday, and once again, Cowboy Action Shooting fourth Sunday. We have a lot of people that are training out there. I mean, we've got groups that are coming out, big groups that are coming and training on the range.
It is getting big out there, isn't it? So does this have an age limit for Spy for a Day?
Well, as long as the child has a parent or guardian with them, anybody from about 12 years old or older can come out and participate in the event. There are range officers who will be on the ranges to make sure everybody stays safe. So it's going to be a nice, safe environment. And even if you don't want to shoot, you can come out, watch the events, and we're also having a raffle. We're raffling off several firearms, some knives, and a bunch of goodies that local companies have donated to us, including some golf packages, dinner packages, shooter's bags, T-shirts. We've gotten some really good support from local companies.
Wonderful. So for the other events as well that are out there, do you need your own guns and ammo?
When you come out for Ladies' Day on the range, you do not. We have a $10 shoot fee to be on the range, and if you have your own weapon and you only want to shoot your own weapons, then go for it. If you want to try some other stuff, we have nominal fees just covering ammo, and you can shoot our guns.
And Spy for a Day, is there an entry fee?
The entry fee for individuals is $55, or you can get a team of 4 persons together. That's $220. You can go to our website, themasteratarms.com. That's THE, masteratarms.com, and get information. It'll tell you about the events that we're having for the day, the vendors that'll be there, and what exactly you're going to be doing as far as the 6 shooting scenarios. Or you can call us at the shop 10 to 5, Monday through Saturday at 751-1511.
Elk Foundation held its biggest fundraiser of the year on Saturday at the Nevada Treasure RV Resort.
It's a fundraiser we do once a year here in Pahrump. It's for the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation. It's a big banquet. We have a live auction, silent auction. We have a raffle, a lot of fun, and the donations go to elk habitat.
This is well attended. It's a popular event, isn't it?
It's a very popular event. We have it once a year, and it seems that the numbers grow every year. We're over 200 this year, which is, I think, a first for us. So it's a well-attended event, and we're looking forward to getting on with it.
Why do people care and are concerned so much about preserving the Rocky Mountain elk?
Well, it's preserving the wildlife habitat. So it's kind of nice because we not only preserve that habitat for elk, but it's for all the other wildlife that's out there too. It's important that we keep and manage a nice elk herd for the nation. So, and it is nationwide. It's everywhere, and what we gain here does a lot for Nevada, and it also goes to the Montana group, and they distribute it over the whole nation.
Are they endangered?
No, they're not endangered, but they're diminished, and if we don't do something now, it may come to that.
And I know we have a lot of items for raffle and for auction in here.
Yeah, we've kind of the last 2 years we've gone more from live auction items to general raffle because we understand it's a tough economy, and we're trying to give everybody an opportunity to have an opportunity to get some beautiful gifts.
Are these items donated?
Some are donated, some are we purchase. A lot we get people give us at a reduced cost because they understand that we're a nonprofit and that what we're doing this for.
Can people find out more about the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation by going on the web? Do you have a phone number, contact information?
The web address is rmef.org.
And do we have any upcoming fundraisers as well?
This will be our one for the year. We may do a barbecue in the summer. It just depends how we can get the dates working.
And people can donate online?
Yes, there's a way to donate online. You can find out more about the Elk Foundation and become a member, either an annual member or a sustaining or life member.
Commissioner Gary Hollis hosted the Veterans Poker Tournament last weekend at the Pahrump Nugget.
Yes, every year I do a poker tournament to help Nye County Veterans Office over there raise some funds so that they have some money for supplies for the office and maybe some part-time help to help Ken and Geneva out to help our veterans. And
the poker tournament, was there a certain amount for the buy-in?
Yeah, it was $60 buy-in.
And this goes for all the supplies over at the VA clinic. Can people donate to that all the time if they would like to?
Well, we have to do this through a nonprofit like the Rotary Club is doing this. They have been doing it for me. I'm sure that if anybody wants to donate to the Veteran Service Office, be greatly appreciated.
Do we know how much money that we've raised so far during the tournament?
No, we won't know until probably tomorrow.
And then how many people do you know that participated?
I would say around 35, 40.
And I know that we're here at the Prump Nugget. Who do we have officiating? Jeff Von Aust, I think.
Yes. Jeff from the poker room. He's putting it on for me, and he does. Like I say, Jeff does this every year for me, and it gives him a little money to keep the office open.
Well, we do have some special announcements to make. I know that there is a very special anniversary this weekend. They don't know, but by the time that they see this, they will have known that I knew all about it all the time. Bernie and Janet Toy, happy 50th anniversary. It's amazing. They are such lovely people, the Prump Arts Council, and wonderful artists, and I want to give a very special happy anniversary to them. Some of the weekend events, what's coming up?
Well, we have lots of things coming up. There was a crab feeding for Night Communities Coalition, but unfortunately that's sold out.
Yeah, but we'll be going there, so we'll have some of that.
Exactly, and they always have much more events coming up too.
And like I was told by Doug Brundle over there, who's our technical director, happy St. Patty's Day, and I forgot.
Deanna O'Donnell forgot.
Well, that's because
Doug couldn't get over that.
I didn't actually forget. It's just that, yeah. Later on, we'll be going.
I actually have some Irish in me too, so.
See, there you go. And we'll be seeing some green beer on Monday's newscast, right?
Oh, wow, yes.
Taking some pictures of that. I know that, of course, the Lone Wolf Shooting Range event, that is out there Saturday and Sunday. And that's off Highway 160 and Trout Canyon, if you're interested in going to that.
Sounds like a lot of fun. You don't have green on.
See?
I have green socks.
See, there you go. So that does it for this edition of News 46's Week in Review. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Zach Fuentes.
And you pinch him when you see him. Good night.